Hello everyone! It is week 12 of my 12 Weeks of Christmas series. We are at the end of the series. I have an adorable quick treat to share with you guys today. This one is really quick to put together. This is great for your coffee lovers, your tea lovers, whatever. But this is a great coworker gift, stocking stuffer, neighbor gift, just, you know, something to hand to maybe your bank tellers, your grocery workers, your delivery people, anybody that is working extra hard for you this season. This is a great little treat box for you, and it's inexpensive. It's quick to make, which is the best, because I know we are 10 days before Christmas and we are all super duper busy. Those last minute shopping and those last minute treats that we need to get done. So this is what we're going to make today, but I have a ton of stuff to share with you guys before we jump into the project. So let me get into all of that, because I want to make sure we get to the project as quickly as possible. If you have not ordered in December yet and you want to, make sure that you head to my online store. This is the host code for this month. I am giving out lots of extra bonuses this month if you do place orders. There's bonuses at $50, $75, and $125. This is all on my blog, so if you want more details on the bonuses that I'm giving away this month, please check my blog. There's also shopping, my online store. Make sure you're checking out that last chance list. Lots of, well, no, I wouldn't say lots. A few things have already completely sold out, but there's still so much left, and some of it is discounted. So make sure that you are shopping that. Things on the last chance list are only available while supplies last. So once they're gone, they're gone. You can't get them again. So make sure that if you do want to shop that last chance list, you are you're doing that sooner rather than later. I sent out a whole batch of catalogs last week. So if you were on my first round of list, you probably received one in the mail already. If not, it should be coming very, very soon. If you have not requested a catalog from me and you want some catalogs, please let me know. I would love to stick some in the mail for you. I only send catalogs to people who request them. Catalogs are very expensive to mail, especially if you mail a ton of them. It gets very pricey very quickly. So I only send catalogs to people who request them, but I am more than happy to send you a catalog if you want one and you're in the United States. So I can send you a catalog in the US. I cannot send it anywhere else, but please let me know if you want a catalog. I'm more than happy to send it to you. Okay, guys, we have a mini catalog coming out very soon, and this is the very last time that I'm going to be with you. Well, no, that's not true. This is the last time I'm going to be with you until January, but my celebration series, I'm actually going to start on January 5th. And that's 2 days before the catalog goes live. The catalog goes live on January 7th. So I will see you again before the catalog goes live, but just barely. But I'm doing a paper share for the mini catalog this time, and I wanted to share some of the papers that are going to be included in that paper share. The paper share sign up will go out on Tuesday, and all the details will be on my blog. I'll make sure to post it here on my Facebook page so that you have all the details. Now, so I'm going to show you the papers. This is not all the papers. I think there is one celebration paper that I do not currently have, but I believe I have all the rest of them covered. We are not going to go through these very quickly we're not going to take our time with these. We're going to go through them very quickly because I want to make sure we have time for that project. But and some of my papers, like this one, you can see I've already used this one almost to death. I've already gone through almost a full package of this one. This is the beautiful bokeh. Yeah, beautiful bokeh. This is in our mini catalog. The suite that this is with is gorgeous. But you can see these beautiful bokeh patterns on here. Just stunning. I actually have a card on Wednesday, and it's a video too. I actually have a video coming out. We're using this print, so you want to check that out. But look at how gorgeous these patterns are. Just so stunning. And there's you know, oh, that's that one. There's so many different colors in here, so you can definitely use these for all occasions. Anybody would love these patterns. So you have those beautiful bokehs on one side, and then lots of watercolor washes on the other side, which is just stunning. I do want to mention, every time I show my DSP, I always get asked about the sleeves So I do want to take just a minute to mention these. I'll talk about the sleeves in just a minute. This is a celebration one. This is our fruit salad celebration paper. So while I flip through this, let me talk about the sleeves. So I get the sleeves from Stampin' Storage. They are just paper sleeves. My big ones are 12 by 12 paper sleeves, and the small ones are 6 by 9. And I use these for my embellishments as well. And let me pull out. So I have embellishments in them too. I normally store 2 or 3 different kinds of embellishments in them. So I use them for my embellishments, and I use them for my DSP. Trying to flip through this paper and talk, and clearly that is impossible. But this fruit paper is completely adorable. You guys love this paper. This is a celebration offering. You'll be able to earn this paper for free. I just got this one, so I haven't cut into any of the pages. Let me try to flip these over. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. I'm going to flip these over so you can see the other side. Just stunning, stunning paper. So this is going to be a paper that I use a ton during celebration. So make sure you add this one to your list. I'd love to hear which paper is your favorite. So go ahead and pop that in the comments when you have that beautiful paper. Hi, Kathy. This one is, what is this one called? Timeless Plaid. You guys, this is so fun. I've used this one a little bit too as well, but look at all these plaid patterns. There's different colors, so these are not just, you know, when I use a plaid pattern, I generally think masculine cards, but there are so many different patterns and colors here. So these are not just for masculine cards, but isn't that, these are such fun plaid patterns, right? And then on the back, you get like these little gingham or check ones. So just stunning DSP again. So if you want more details on the paper share, again, the details will be out on Tuesday. My paper share will be $40. It includes shipping, so you don't have to pay any extra for shipping. All of that is included. This is Friends of the Ocean. So now we're getting into the 12 by 12 DSP. Friends of the Ocean, I've used this one a ton too. I'm not going to take these completely out, the 12 by 12 ones. We're just going to kind of flip through these pretty quickly. Aren't they adorable? Now, if you don't like the little, like, ocean things, that's okay. The back sides are basic patterns that you can use for anything. And look at this piece. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. Some of these are going to repeat this page. We have dies that will coordinate and cut these out. I think it's that page. It might be a different one, but there's that beautiful pattern again. So stunning. Yeah, I think it's that one with the dies. So fun, right? Okay, that one's Friends of the Ocean. So let's keep moving. All right. This one is Floral Delight. I don't have these in any order, you guys. So I do apologize. I should have taken a little bit more time. And some of these have been kind of mixed up too, so you're going to see patterns repeat a little bit. So, but this is gorgeous. If you love yellow or you love flowers, this is going to be the paper for you. My DSPs, let me talk a little bit more about my DSP share. If the paper comes in 12 by 12 like this, you will get a piece that is 12 by 6. If the paper only comes in 6 by 6, you will get a piece that is 6 by 6. So you will get a piece of every single pattern from the shares. I'm going to switch to this one real quick because this is the Floral and Gingham Vellum. This actually coordinates with the one that I just showed you. And these are vellum pieces, so, you know, they're a little bit translucent. So you can see just how stunning these are. So you'll get 3 of these, and you'll get the 6 by 12 pieces of these. Oh, look at that check. Gingham, so cute. So those are vellum pieces, and that coordinates with that one I just showed you. All right, this one is the Wildflower Birthday. Oh, it's right here, my label. Now this one has lots of little like die cuts or ephemera pieces. So, and there's a couple of DSPs that have that. So if the DSP has the ephemera pieces, you will get an assortment of ephemera pieces from in your paper share, or these little ones. So I'm actually going to leave those in there because I don't want those to all fall out. So let me just kind of pull the rest of the paper out. And this one has beautiful gold accents. Can you see that? That like shimmer. So lots of the patterns have that beautiful gold. So this is a beautiful specialty paper. So if you want some sparkle for your birthday cards, look at that pink gingham. Oh, so pretty. So check this one out. Oh, look at that one, that stripe one. So pretty. And then some like tag pieces too. So really, really pretty. So you'll want to check that one out. And then in the share, like I said, you will get an assortment of those ephemera pieces. This is another one that has those little those little die cut pieces. This is the Storybook Moments DSP, so I'll pull that out just a little bit so you can kind of see all those little die cut pieces. So this one you're probably going to get a lot of little die cut pieces because there are a lot of those in there. So let me try to pull out just the paper part so we don't lose those ephemera pieces. But this one is so cute. It has the little critters, like little storybooks, some vegetables. Very, very cute DSP. I love this print. So lots of really fun, and then more little tags here. So these would also be good for like scrapbooking, things like that. So really fun DSP. And then the last one, this is another celebration one. This is the Bloom Impressions. I've used this one a ton too. And the video that I had last week, I released a video on Wednesday with a sneak peek of the Darling Dinos stamp set, and it featured this DSP as well. So look at how gorgeous these are. Now this is a celebration one, so this is one that you're only going to be able to earn free with a qualifying order, but it is stunning, and it's 12 by 12, so you'll want to get that. Okay. One more thing about my paper share, if the papers, the celebration papers are 12 by 12 like that one, my celebration, you're going to get a celebration free bonus with the DSPs. All the celebration papers are going to be trimmed to 6 by 6 because it's a free bonus. So you're only going to get a smaller sampling of those. But when you earn the stamps, the papers for free with your qualifying orders, you'll get the big package. Okay, this is what we are making today. We're making a little K-cup holder. Mine has a chai tea in it because I don't drink coffee. And so this is the only K-cup I had in my house. So this is what we're making today. This adorable little K-cup holder. So like I said, this is a quick treat to put together. You can use whatever DSPs you have. You can use whatever stamp sets you have to really decorate it up. Today I'm going to use the Light the Year bundle. This one, oh, that's not the dies that goes with it. These dies go with it. This bundle is fabulous. I love this bundle. I actually did a class to go with this bundle a couple months ago. So that's on my YouTube channel. You can find those videos as well. But I love this this bundle. It's a little bit different than anything they've ever had before, so I've had a lot of fun with this one. This one is on the last chance list, and the stamp set and dies are both discounted. So if you want to get this one, get it on the last chance list, but don't buy it as a bundle because it will be cheaper for you to purchase the stamp set and the dies separately because they're discounted. It's going to be cheaper than the bundle price. So if you want this one, if you're shopping for this in my online store, buy them separately because of the discounts to the stamp set and the dies. They don't discount bundles any more than the 10% than they're already discounted. So if you're buying something that is in a bundle that's on the last chance list, make sure to just do a little bit of research because sometimes the dies might be discounted or the stamp sets might be discounted. And it's cheaper to do it separately. And in this case, that Light the Year bundle is one of them. I'm also using the Stylish Shapes dies. This one's not going away, but this is a great one to have. So if you don't already have that one, add that to your next order. All right, let's start with our cute little holder for our box. I'm using Shaded Spruce today. Let me grab my Simply Scored. And the paper size that you're going to need 5 1/8 by 6 5/8. All right, so let's do the short side first. On the short side, we are going to score it at 1.5 on each side. 1.5, and then I'm going to rotate it all the way around, and we're going to do 1.5 again. All right, now we're going to turn it to the long side. This is 6 5/8, and we're going to score it at 1.5, 3 5/8, and then I'm going to mark it at 5 1/8. And I'm gonna mark it, so I'm gonna go all the way down to the score line here, and I'm gonna stop at that score line. So then I'm just gonna turn it over, flip it this way, and we're gonna do the same thing, 5 1/8, and we're gonna stop at that score line. So hopefully you can see those score lines. So we didn't score in the middle here. These are just gonna be like cutting guides for us to cut. We're not gonna actually fold on those score lines, but we just need a little bit of a guide to tell us where to cut. All right, grab your bone folder, and we're going to start burnishing. Burnish on all the score lines that go all the way across. Don't worry about those partial score lines because, again, those are just cutting guides. We don't need to worry about those. All right, let's do some trimming. So I'm going to hold this with the long side, and we are going to cut up the rectangles. Those are going to be straight on these. And I'm going to cut this one too. We're going to cut up that score line. This one I scored, this one is on the back, so make sure that I can see that one. And then I'm just going to cut this one completely off. We don't need this square. That score line was just for guides. So this is what we have so far. I'm going to fold out that middle section, and then we're just going to notch these in. Okay, that's just going to help our box go together. It's going to cut down on any corners that are going to pop up. And then I'm just going to eyeball these and just kind of cut them in half. They don't need to be that long because they're just going to be glue tabs, so they can be a little bit shorter. So that's what we have on one side. So I'm going to flip it over. We're going to do the exact same thing to this side. So let's cut up this line, and then we're going to cut this piece out, and we'll cut up the rest of the score lines, and then we'll notch those in. We'll do a little bit more trimming to our tabs. Let's fold this out of the way. It's easier to fold that piece that you don't want to trim just completely out of the way, so you can really get in here and just notch those in. Now don't worry about making any of these super straight. They're going to be glued on the inside. Nobody will see them, I promise. So nobody's going to care if your lines are not completely straight. All right. That's all the trimming. I mean, super quick, guys. You can even get kids involved in this. These make great little teacher gifts to send with your kids. Teachers love coffee. All right. Before we start assembling, I do want to put my DSP on the back here. So I have a piece of DSP. Now this DSP, this is a Sentimental Christmas DSP, and this DSP unfortunately has already sold out completely, but I already had everything cut and ready to go before I realized that it had sold out. So we're still going to use it, but I'm sure you guys have Christmas DSPs. Let's face it, you guys, I'm sure, have your share of Christmas DSPs. And again, you could customize this to any anything. You can use different images, you can use different DSPs. So so I'm not going to worry too much about the Sentimental Christmas DSP. If you got it, you can use it. If not, make sure to shop that last chance list because things do sell out. All right, now this piece of DSP is 2 by 2 3/4, and we're just going to glue it on that. This is going to be the back piece of our box. This is going to be up here. Now you'll notice that it doesn't go all the way down to the bottom down here. That part doesn't matter because that part's not going to be seen. So you just want to make sure that you have a thin little border around the sides and the top, and then anything extra on the bottom, don't worry about that. It's not going to be seen. All right, let's go ahead and glue these together. So I'm going to add my glue to the tab. I'm going to use liquid glue today. Normally for speed's sake, I use Stampin' Seal Plus, but this one's handy, so we're going to use that. So you're just going to put glue on all of the 4 tabs going around. Just a little bit of glue, and I prefer my Tombow for boxes because it works so much better. I think the Tombow has the best hold, so I actually prefer it for boxes. So that's what I use. All right, a little bit on that side, and then we're just going to fold this side up and this side like that. Okay, so that is our little box. Now you can use clothespins to hold this in place. You can use little other clips to hold it in place. I don't think that'll be necessary today. I think it grabbed on pretty well, so I think we're good. Now let's work on the little insert that's going to hold our little K-cup. So this piece, and I've already die cut this piece, but this piece is 4.5 by 2 1/8, and I scored it at 1 1/4 on each side. And then you just want to die cut a circle into this, and that's going to hold your little K-cup. So on my first one that I used the deckled circles. I love the deckled circles, and I love it for stuff like this because it's kind of got little ridges around the center. But the deckled circles have sold out, which is devastating, you guys. I am devastated by the deckled circles. So I grabbed my stylish shape dies. We are going to use those instead, and so you're going to use the second smallest and die cut that out of the center panel of that insert piece. Okay, so we've already done that, so we can just keep trugging along. So we're going to put some glue on the tabs of this, and this is going to hold that little K-cup in place. So I'm going to kind of fold one out of the way, and we're going to stick this one in. I put glue on both sides, so now it's going to be like extra challenging for me on video because I don't want the glue to go everywhere. And this one's going to slide in on this side. I think I trimmed mine just a hair larger than I needed to be. There we go. Perfect. And all the measurements that I've read off are in the video description, so you don't have to worry about writing those down. So this is going to hold our little K-cup. That's going to hold it in place. Now, if you are worried about it falling out, you can always put a glue dot on the bottom and stick that down. It'll hold, but it holds pretty steady, even with the deckled circle one. I mean, if you turn it upside down, it might fall out, but otherwise it's going to hold pretty steady. I'm not too worried about them falling out. If that does concern you, make sure you add just a glue dot or a dimensional on the bottom and then stick it in. All right. I have another piece of that Sentimental Christmas DSP. This piece measures 1 1/4 by 9, and we're going to wrap this piece around the outside like this. And I love this little candy cane piece. So pretty. And this one, you know what, I am going to grab a tape runner for this one. So give me 1 sec. I need to find that. Okay. I'm not going to do any scoring on this. DSP is a thinner weight than our cardstock, so it's easy to just kind of wrap this around. So I'm just going to cover this in adhesive, and I am going to start and finish in the front because we're going to hide the seam in the front with our little box here. So then you have a nice clean finish all the way around. Okay, so I'm going to start and end in the front. So you just want a even border, excuse me, of that shaded spruce top and bottom. And then you're just going to go around and just keep going around. Just kind of pinch the corners and burnish as you go around. And again, you guys, this is a handmade gift, so people they're not going to be measuring. They're not going to be like, oh, it's not lined up. She messed that up. Don't worry about that. People are so grateful, and they will be so happy you gave them a gift. All right, so we have the seam in the front, but don't worry, we're going to cover that up. Isn't that cute, though? You could do so many things from here. So cute. Before we get to our stamping, I'm going to add a little bow. We're going to tie a bow around the front. I'm going to do a double bow, so I'm going to grab a bunch of this. This is our the real red and white baker's twine. So I'm just going to test how much I need here. And I just doubled it up. I just have 2 pieces here. I'm going to grab my scissors and trim this. Grab my scissors. I'm going to trim this. And then we're just going to tie it like it is 1 bow. So I'll grab this. I'm going to wrap this around. And I want a big loopy bow. Now, again, you can use any ribbon you want here. This is a good time to really customize this. I'm going to tie a knot first, a little anchor knot. That's going to hold everything in place. It's going to make my loop tying much easier. And then we'll just tie this just like that. Perfect. And then I'm just going to trim my ends. So trim that, trim that. Perfect. We have our little bow there. So cute, right? So adorable. All right, let's do our stamping. Let me move the scissors. That. All right, let's do some stamping. So we are using that Light the Year stamp set, and I have, where's my papers? Here they are. All right, so we need, let's see what we need. So we're going to start with this this little branch piece here. So we need 2 of those. So I'm going to use Garden Green and Granny Apple Green for that. So let me open both of these up. And I'm going to start with the darker ones. So this is 2-step stamping. You can start with the lighter one or the darker one, whichever one you're more comfortable with. You may want to try both on some scrap paper and see which one you're most comfortable with. I'm going to do the darker one. I've played with this stamp set enough times that I know that I have better success when I stamp with the darker one first. So I'm going to stamp that down like that. And then, you know what, let's do 2 of those real quick. 2 of those. And then I'm going to take my Granny Apple Green. Granny Apple Green and Garden Green are great color buddies. They line up. They just accent each other so well. All right, now when I line this up, I'm just looking at the little points of each of the little branches here and just making sure that those are lined up. And it's easier to do with the darker already on there because you can see through that lighter one, so you can see where you need to stamp. So isn't that pretty? I love that. One of my favorites for sure. All right, and this one, I'm having a little bit more trouble, but I think it's my angle. It's hard when there's a camera in the way too. Oh, I did pretty well. Pretty impressed. Look how pretty those are. Love those. So We're going to die cut those in just a sec. We're done with our Granny Apple Green and our Garden Green, so let's move those out of the way. I'm using a lot of inks for this one, so you can use, if you're using a different stamp set, you can use different ink colors, maybe fewer. Okay, now we have this little pine branch here, so that's this one. We're going to use Shaded Spruce for this one, so we need 2 of those as well. Another piece of paper. So we're going to stamp 2 of these. Okay, so there's our little pine branches. Nothing fancy on these, so that one was easy peasy. Let's put that one aside. All right, we are going to do the little pine cone. Now we only need 1 pine cone. I have a little piece of paper here. I'm using Early Espresso. And then Pecan Pie for my little pine cone. And this one I'm going to do the same way. I'm going to start with the darker one first. We're going to do Pecan Pie. Oh, I just stuck my finger in that. Okay. The pine cone I think is my favorite. I love this little pine cone. We had a few years ago, we had a pine cone die, which I just loved. It was like a layering die. I loved that little die so much. All right, Pecan Pie. Now for the pine cone, I've done this one many times, and I found the best way to do it is just to line up the bottom. So I'm gonna line up all these little bumps on the bottom with the little bumps on the bottom of this pine cone. And if you line those up, everything else lines up. So just line up those little bottom pieces, and your pine cone is pretty perfect. Okay, so there's our 1 pine cone. So let me get rid of these inks before we have an ink disaster, because we will if I leave inks out. All right, and then our final one is Real Red for our greeting, and I've already die cut a circle. This is the same size circle that we used for our little hole here. So this is the second smallest of the stylish shapes, and I'm going to use the All Is Bright greeting in Real Red, and we're going to stamp that toward the very top of the circle. And because we're going to be layering up everything below it. So All Is Bright with Real Red, and definitely close up red before that goes everywhere. Okay, now where's all of our die cut pieces? Through the magic of television, I've already die cut them all. So we have them all pre-stamped and die cut. We're ready to start assembling. There's our greeting piece too, ready to go. Okay, where's our box? So I'm going to use dimensionals for a lot of these. I'm going to start with my greeting, and I'm going to keep these toward the bottom because my circle is going to hang off the top here a little bit. So you don't want your adhesive to peek out the top. So keep your dimensionals along the bottom. We're going to stick this on kind of in the center, which I didn't do very well. Let's try that one more time. All right, now it's crooked. Okay. All right, it is what it is. All right, we're going to move on. All right, I'm going to take these pieces next. These are going to go here. Now I'm going to do these down with dimensionals. So I'm going to put the dimensionals actually right onto the box, kind of off the side here. And that's what's going to hold them down, and that's going to give us some freedom to kind of tuck in the rest of our pieces. And these are going to lay nice and flat. This dimensional might actually have to go up just a smidge higher. Let's see if we can get that up. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to stick one on kind of like this one on like this. Just make sure you don't have anything hanging off the bottom or your box will not sit flat. It'll get a little bit wobbly. All right, my liquid glue, and we're going to tuck in these little pine boughs. And we're going to stick one here. These are not glued down onto this circle, so it's easy to kind of lift and tuck these under. And the other pine bough we will stick on like this. So cute, right? All right, and now we just have that pine cone, and he is going to go in the center. So we're going to stick a dimensional right over the center. That'll hold everything down nice and flat. And we're going to stick our little pine cone on just like that, making sure it is not, it's kind of covering the greeting. Let's see if we can rotate that just a little bit. All right, making sure it's not hanging down past the bottom here. Isn't that cute? All right, we got to finish it up. Like, we have little gold dots we have to put on. So these are the Drusy Embellishments. These are in the mini catalog, but these are actually carrying over. So if you didn't have a chance to grab these, don't worry, you have plenty of time. These are carrying over. So I'm going to put one. Oh, my Tiger pick tool doesn't want to work with me. All right, put one up here. maybe, there we go. And one more. These are, they're so much fun. They have so much sparkle to them, and they kind of have this, this kind of rough texture that just makes them extra cool, extra fun, extra sparkly. They're so much fun. They're one of my favorites. So make sure you add those to your next order. All right, and that is it. Isn't that cute? Such a fun little K-cup gift you can give to anybody who loves coffee. This makes a great last minute stocking stuffer. So it's such a fun gift, and I would love to see how else you can kind of redo this one with different images or different occasions. This would be great for just like in the winter, do like a hot cocoa one and do just some snowflakes or something when it's really cold and you just want to snuggle up with some hot cocoa. Really cute little gift. I hope you guys love this one. So that is it for my 12 weeks of Christmas series. So this was week 12. So that's it for the whole series. I will be taking a little bit of a break for Christmas, and I'm going to be doing tons of work behind the scenes though. So if you ever have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can email me or leave comments, whatever you want. However you want to reach me is perfect. So I will be around. I will be back on January 5th, Sunday, January 5th, to kick off my Celebration Sundays series. So make sure you mark your calendars for that. And I will, of course, be posting in my Facebook group throughout the Christmas break. So have a very Merry Christmas. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this series. Again, I've done this for a few years, and this is one of my favorite series that I do every year, my 12 weeks of Christmas series. So I really thank you guys for joining me. And again, have a fantastic Christmas, and I will see you guys next year. Bye.